Hey traders, I hope you're all having a nice and a lovely weekend. So, as always on weekend, I want to start my analysis with natural gas, gold and crude oil. But before that, I want to show you the trades we have taken in the priority group and the way I entered the trade using the candlestick patterns, using the support and resistance and some of the pullback entries. So again guys, if you are not interested in watching this part of the video, you can skip it to the timestamp you are seeing on your screen. But if you want to watch it, as always, like I said, it's going to be really beneficial for you if you want to take your entries and want to be less reliable on signals. And once you see this entry patterns, you know that we have a good confirmation. Again guys, I've decided to make a video on how to trade using this support and resistance zone. I wanted to record this video and upload it this weekend, but I got really busy, so that's why I couldn't upload it. I'm going to make it tomorrow and hopefully I'm going to upload it this week. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be really beneficial for you if you learn how to trade using the support and resistance zone. And trust me guys, it will give you an insane amount of results as well. So let's start with this pair right here. This pair, as you can see this blue arrow. This shows that I've bought this pair here and I've sold it right here. So this was a pair I've sent in the Telegram channel. I've sent this free signal on my Telegram channel as well. And as you can see, the market ended up giving us a nice profit. And this was the entry pattern right here. This big engulfing candle I've entered here. And this was a signal I've sent. And initially it was 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which I've sent right here. And luckily I was watching the market. That's why I decided to move my stop loss to break even and push my target 180 or above. That gave me a nice hit of take profit and after the market fall back. So this is how I entered this trade and this is how I use this pullback entry reason. As you can see, the market is built in between these zones. This is the strategy I teach my priority members. I send them the signals and I show them these entry patterns and I explain them once I send the signal. It's not just a signal, it is to show you how to enter trades once you are taking a pullback entry or once you are taking support and resistance entry. So let's jump on to another trade which I've sent to my priority members. Let me show you that. So right here, this was a trade I have sent to my priority members and I've taken this trade as well because once I send this trade, I entered myself as well. I do not send every single trade which I take. The reason I send this trade so that you know how and when to enter and you know what to look at when I'm entering the trade. So as you can see, I've sent this trade. As you can see on the screen, this is an email I've sent it to my priority members. Again guys, this is not going to be a signal group. It's purely and mainly forex. I do send commodity trades as well once I have a good entry reason. Sometimes there is no entry reason, so I do not send any trade, but I normally send 1 to 3 times a week. So here we can see we got this nice double bottom entry pattern right here and an engulfing entry pattern, and here you can see the target has been hit and we got this entry right here at this zone and we've been waiting for the market to hit this zone. These are the zone I send to my priority members every single week so that they prepare themselves. Once the market hit this zone, they can take their entry. So this was one of the trade I have sent and I've taken myself. And let me show you another trade. It won't be too many. I'm just going to show you one more trade and then we can jump on to our analysis part. So right here, this was a zone I've been sending to my priority members from last 2 weeks and we've been waiting for the market to hit this zone. And after that, we were looking for a good entry reason. As you can see, we got this nice double top pattern on 1 hour time frame. And as you can see, the market was about to hit our stop loss, but it ended up pushing down. It was still in our zones. One more thing, guys, I need to tell you and explain you that what I normally do for my trading, especially for the pairs which has a huge spread, and this is the one of the pair is Australian dollar against New Zealand dollar. What I normally do, the spread gets bigger in here in the UK is around 9:30 p.m. till 11 p.m. So at that time, what I do, if my trade are still running, what I normally do, I remove my stop loss for that time and then I put it back at the same place once the spread gets back to normal. So in that case, if the spread is really bigger, it will avoid the spread to hit your stop loss. So it happens sometimes. So that is what I normally do once I'm in a trade. So right here, this was one of the trade, was a take profit. This was a one pair, and then this was a crude oil trade we have taken right here. As you can see, this was my buying entry right here, this blue arrow, and I've exit my trade right here. It was also about to hit my stop loss, but it ended up pushing up and hit our take profit eventually. So this is how I send this trade, and this is how I teach my priority members, and which makes you less reliable on the signal service, and you can able to take your own entry decisions. So I'm going to make a separate video on what to expect from priority group so that you have a clear understanding that what to expect once you join the group. So right now, this was the entry candle right here, this engulfing candle. We had a push up, pull back, and then we had this engulfing candle and that pushes up. This is how we entered trade, and that is all happened on our major structure zone, and that was above our EMA. So that was a good entry signal as well. And so finally, I want to show you UK FTSE 100 trade. So right here, as you can see, we had this nice double top entry pattern from the zone I was paying attention to, and from there, as you can see, we had a good waterfall of this UK 100 trade. So that is how we take entries using this support and resistance zone, which I'm going to teach you, which I'm going to upload my video in next couple of days. So that is what I want to show you guys, and I hope you got some value out of it. I hope you have seen the entry candles and entry patterns, the way I enter the trade and the way I teach my members. So there are a couple of more trades I have taken, but I can't show that in the single video. As you can see, this video is getting more longer. I do not want to annoy you guys. So let's jump on to our analysis, and let's start with natural gas. Okay, what do we have here? So if you remember my previous video, let me show you what I've said in my previous video so that we can connect the dots, and so that you know how and when to enter and what I have said the way to enter this trade. We had a breach of this previous low. Market has pushed down, broken below the previous low, and at this point I will avoid entering buy trades even though market is pushing up. That could be a retest, and if you remember my yesterday's video, from this impulsive move, market is pushing up, and this is our 50% retracement that could act as a resistance again. So we can still get a bearish candle from here. That could be just a retest. Okay, awesome. So like I said in my video, I was expecting a 50% retracement as the market was below 50 EMA with this big impulsive move. What do you see here? The market pushed up in our buffer zone. If you have been following me from last couple of months, you know how I take trades using Fibonacci. And right here, if you would have entered right here on the 50% retracement as an aggressive entry, and if you look at the 180R target, let's say you have entered here, and that's a 30 pips, and as you can see, the market pushed down till 35 pips, and as you can see, the target would have been hit easily if you would have entered right after the hit of this 50 EMA, sorry, this 50% retracement. And this is how I teach you guys, this is how I want you to see my video carefully so that you know how we can enter trade. And let me show you the good condition on the 1 hour time frame. Again guys, if you have been following me from last couple of months, you know I take entries on 1 hour and 4 hour time frame. Right here, what do we have? Market pushed up and gave us this nice engulfing candle, and that is enough to hit our target with a good entry reason. That is why I stress you guys to enter only with a good entry reason. It hurts me a lot when I see a message from traders that they are still in the trade and they have bought the natural gas right above somewhere at 9 point something, and they are still hoping for the market to push up. In the market, there is no place of emotions, there is no place of hope. So that is why guys, I always stress you to put your stop loss there. Even though I entered this trade, let me show you. I entered this trade. My trade was looking something like this on this candle. I have also mentioned that in my previous video. And what happened was market hit my stop loss and pushed back down and gave us some nice amount of pips. That would be a good amount of money for me, but I did not regret, because after hitting my stop loss, I have taken some more good trades. I've entered some nice trades and made some good money, and this was nothing as compared to the profit I've made on the other commodities or on the other pairs. So that is why guys, if your stop loss is there, if your stop loss is hit, do not just hope for the market to push up. Yes, it can eventually push up maybe, but the stress, the amount of stress you will go through in that period of time, that is not worth it. It will ruin your weekends and it will ruin your time. You will be waiting for the market to go back in your direction. Imagine all the stress you've been going through, and imagine how much damage you are causing to your mental health. The only thing you are thinking about is, will it move into my direction or not? Is it worth all the stress? No, it is not. So that is why, guys, please have your stop loss there. I know it's a shitty feeling once it hits your stop loss and then it moved back in your direction. As this is the example here, it hit my stop loss and then came back down my direction. But I have taken some other good trades. So that is why this is my little advice. Please have your stop loss, and this all stress is worth it. So again, guys, sorry for the big long lecture. I just want you guys to have a control on your emotions and have a stop loss there. So at this point, what to expect next? Now again, the market has pushed down. We are still not fully bearish or bullish. We are still in between this decision zone. Yes, we had a good hit of take profit if you would have entered using aggressive entry or an entry on 1 hour time frame, as I have shown you. So now at this point, you need to wait for the market to break above this zone, at least with the two candles. Once you have a good break and close above, that's loud and clear. Once you have a break and close with the two candle, then we can expect a push down to take long trades. And then we have this zone to look at. Once we have a good break and close above, then we will look for another buying entry. So at this point, only go for buy once you have a good break and close above, and only go for sell if you look at the bearish part of this market, we can still get this move up, and we can get a double top on 4 hour time frame as well. We already got a double top on 1 hour, not on the 4 hours. So if the market pushes up, give you this double top move, then that will be another signal that the market will push back down. So until we are above this zone, we are not entering a buy trade. So keep an eye here. If you get this move, yes, that will be a sign of a pushing down, and we can expect a full 180R target, and it will not become complete bearish until we are broken below this previous low, which is 8.090. And on daily time frame, here you can see, if we get a push down, if we get a good entry vision, this is the 50 EMA is the zone from where we can expect another push up. Right now, market is in an uptrend on a daily time frame, but on a lower time frame, we can get some pull down. We can get some pullbacks towards the downside. So we have this, still we have this 20 EMA support, and if we have a broken break and close below 20 EMA, then the next level you can expect market to push down is 7.688. So that was all for natural gas. Look for the good entry reason. We are still not bullish. Yes, we are in a bearish zone yet, and if you get a double top on 4 hour time frame, you can enter the way I have just explained. So right here on capital.com, this video has already got really longer. So that is why I do not want to go through every single thing. So just please go back and check the Ovanda analysis. Everything is same. Every condition is exactly the same I've explained. So let's check gold. Right here, what do we have? We got this really giant move up. Yes, we were expecting market to hit this level, which is 1830. I've been talking about this level from last 2 or 3 videos, that I want to buy once we have a hit of this zone with a nice engulfing candle. But instead of that, we get the hit of this zone, market straight away pushed up and hit our resistance zone. And this is not an engulfing candle I'm talking about. This is just an impulsive move, and I won't be entering right here. So this is not what I want to do. Now in that case, we are in the bearish zone. This market is still consolidating. We are just entering up and down using our support and resistance zone at this point. If you get a move, let's say we get, this is the red candle, close of this red candle. Now you want to see a green candle, and if you get a red candle and you get a move like this, then this is a bearish sign, will be the bearish signal. And if you get an engulfing candle at this zone, you can enter your sell trades using 180R targets accordingly. Yes, if we get a break above this zone, which is 1881, then we will look for further moves up. But at this point, this is a resistance zone. We can expect a push down, and I will look for a good entry reason from this zone. Let's check crude oil. Right here, what do we have? Crude oil has pushed up right here, now is giving us a pullback. Yes, we got this nice engulfing candle. That would be an entry reason, but market is still pushing down, and as you can see, it's resisting 50 EMA. At this point, I still expect another candle to close above 50 EMA, and crude oil is still in a bullish zone, not taking any sell trades. So right here, now we have a resistance on the top, 125.70, that goes up to 128.065. So this is a resistance zone now. I want to see a good entry reason as an engulfing candle. Once we have a good entry reason, I will look for 180R target to take my long trades until we hit 125.74. This is a zone from where I will look for my sell trade. So you can have these zones on your charts if you want to. So that is all about commodity market, guys. I hope you got a value out of this video, and I hope you have learned something out of my analysis. And My goal is not only to give analysis and just to tell you buy and sell here or this market look bearish or bullish. I want you guys to learn as well. I want you guys to become an independent trader as well. I know few traders who have been following me from last whole year, I guess, and now they have become a profitable trader. They have shared the results with me just looking at my analysis. It is a really, really good feeling for me. Someone got a value out of my education and out of my analysis. And I have my course coming up really soon, guys. Hopefully this month. Once I have my course launched, then trust me, guys, that will be enough for you to learn everything about trading out of that course. With that being said, let's wrap this video here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. I see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.